Hello, today we're going to be talking about a little bit about flight crew experience and the airline transport pilot 1500-hour rule enacted about 8 or 9 years ago by the FAA. My name is Matt McGuire and I am a commercial pilot and flight instructor with over 5 years of aviation related experience and over 6 years of being involved in the industry. So I've been involved with aviation since I was about 12 years old. Professionally about 2 years now. So would you want to go fly an airliner, get on an airplane with an inexperienced flight crew? I know I wouldn't, and I know with my experience level right now, even at my level, I would want to have more experience, which is what I'm in the process of doing right now. So people fly every day, and whether you are on board a mainline legacy carrier, American Airlines, or if you're flying on a small airplane, the express or connection carriers, you should be able to have the same experienced flight crew as anybody else. So up until about 2010, you could have 250 flight hours and still fly an airliner, a regional jet. And although there's a pilot shortage, it's really important that I feel like we keep the 1500-hour rule because it allows for safer skies and not only for one particular flight, but for our entire airspace system. We have this entire airspace system that all works together and all does one job, and that's to keep people safe and to get people to their destination safely and on time. So today we're going to be talking about three important things. The first thing I'd like to talk about is Colgan Air 3407 back in 2009. Colgan Air 3407 crashed in Buffalo, New York. 49 people on board and one on the ground. So 50 people total died during that crash. And the NTSB related a lot of that accident due to pilot experience, the captain's experience, and the first officer's experiences and how they handled that situation. So the NTSB, this is straight from the NTSB, the probable cause, determines that the probable cause of this accident was inappropriate response to the activation of the stick shaker, which led to an aerodynamic stall from which the airplane did not recover. So the stick shaker in the airplane is something designed in the Dash 8 that allows pilots to know when a stall is occurring. And both the pilots did not use their crew resource management to their best of their abilities, did not have very good sterile cockpit rules, therefore did not recover from the stall and crashed in just outside of Buffalo, New York. Again, I'm not here to judge, none of us are, but the NTSB determined that part of the probable cause was due to the experience, the flight crew's failure to adhere to sterile cockpit procedures and monitor airspeed in relation to the rising position of the low speed. So that's one example. That is straight from the NTSB. So what does this boil down to? It boils down to training. The experience that I'm gaining right now as a flight instructor is impeccable. I'm learning more from teaching. And the FAA administrator, one of the things that he says about experience is the rule that gives first officers a stronger foundation of aeronautical knowledge and experience before they fly for an air carrier. I believe this 100%, and I believe that that pilots should have that experience before they go and carry 75 people in the back seat on a long trip. Also, going back into experience again, what different experience do we have? This goes down into training as well. It kind of gets a little bit deeper. Pilots should be exposed to a variety of type, flying in the spring, summer, winter, fall, when it's windy, when it's thunderstorms, when there's everything. Sully Sullenberger, Captain Miracle on the Hudson, says it means a lot to learn how to fly. They have only seen one cycle of the seasons, meaning one spring, one summer filled with thunderstorms, one winter of ice and snow. So I think it's important to see multiple seasons when you're out flying, and that's part of gaining experience. I've flown in many conditions over the past 5 years, and I can tell you that those experiences have helped me as a pilot and something that carries with me every time I go fly for sure. So wrapping all this up, what we want to make sure of is that we're always safe in the airplane. Remember, we're always revolving this around safety, whether it's with experience, the diversity of our experience, or whatever the case may be. So lastly, I remember when you're up flying in an airliner, just remember that the pilots on board have worked really hard for what they have, and stop by in there and say thanks and get your picture made in the cockpit. So as always, stay safe and fly safe.